The year is 2342. Humanity has finally achieved faster-than-light travel. Our exploration vessel, the Aurora's Hope, embarks on a mission to Kepler 62F. This newly discovered planet holds the promise of life beyond our solar system. The crew of 20 represents the best of humanity: scientists, engineers, security personnel, and medical professionals. They are all prepared for the unknown. The mission objectives are clear. First, gather data on the planet's composition, both on the surface and beneath. Second, search for any signs of life, even microbial. Third, test our newly developed shields in real-world scenarios. Finally, establish a temporary base of operations for further exploration. The fate of humanity could depend on the success of this mission. The crew is well aware of what's at stake. Their determination is palpable as they prepare for their descent into the unknown. The Aurora's Hope represents a beacon of hope, a testament to humanity's enduring spirit of exploration and our quest to understand our place in the cosmos. As we approach Kepler 62F, our sensors pick up an atmosphere. It's thin, obscuring the surface from view. The initial scans show a nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere, similar to Earth's. The temperature range is promising, but the magnetic field is weak and fluctuating. This could pose problems. Most concerning are the strange energy signatures we're picking up. They're scattered, intermittent, and completely unidentified. They could be natural phenomena or something far more intriguing. We need more information. Our newly developed shields are online and functioning within normal parameters. These shields are designed to absorb and redirect energy-based attacks. However, their effectiveness against physical attacks remains untested. We hope we won't have to find out. The crew eagerly awaits my orders. We need to proceed cautiously, but deliberately. Every decision we make from this point forward could have far-reaching consequences. The success of our mission, and perhaps even the future of humanity, hinges on our next move. I order a slow, cautious descent into Kepler 62F's atmosphere. The Aurora's Hope responds smoothly, its powerful engines murmuring as we pierce the cloud layer. Through the swirling mists, a landscape of stark beauty emerges. Vast plains of an unknown color stretch towards rugged mountain ranges. Our sensors work overtime, mapping the terrain and analyzing the atmosphere. The air is thinner than expected, whipped by frequent turbulence. The magnetic fluctuations are playing havoc with our navigation systems, forcing our engineers to compensate manually. And then we see them, the source of the energy signatures. Scattered across the surface, like beacons in the twilight, are strange glowing structures. They emit a pulsing light, a silent symphony of energy that sets our instruments buzzing. What are these structures? Are they natural formations, some bizarre quirk of Kepler 62F's geology? Or are they something else entirely? Something artificial, something alien? There's only one way to find out. We need to get a closer look. I make the call. We will launch a landing party. Dr. Patel, our geologist, Dr. Chen, our biologist, and Dr. Li, our atmospheric specialist, will be the first humans to set foot on Kepler 62F. Lieutenant Thompson and Lieutenant Li, our security specialists, will accompany them, weapons ready. Engineer Li will pilot the landing module, a marvel of engineering equipped with advanced life support systems and more firepower than we hope to use. The landing site is a flat, rocky plain, chosen for its proximity to one of the glowing structures. The data from the module is concerning. The air is thin and frigid, the gravity slightly less than Earth's. The magnetic field is still fluctuating, interfering with our communications. The tension in the control room is palpable as we monitor the module's descent. Every blip on the screen, every crackle of static sends a jolt of apprehension through us. We are on the precipice of discovery, but also of potential danger. The stakes have never been higher. The landing module touches down on Kepler 62F, its engines kicking up a cloud of dust that quickly dissipates in the thin air. Inside, the team waits with bated breath as engineer Lee runs the post-landing diagnostics. The module is intact, life support systems functioning within acceptable parameters. It's time. Lieutenant Thompson and Lieutenant Lee are the first to emerge, weapons drawn, scanning the alien landscape for any signs of danger. The surface is a desolate expanse of jagged rocks and dust, painted in shades of ochre and rust. The sky is a hazy orange, the distant mountains barely visible through the thick atmosphere. Dr. Patel, his eyes shining with scientific curiosity, is the next to step onto Kepler 62F. He kneels down, scooping up a handful of the red soil, letting it sift through his gloved fingers. Dr. Chen follows, her gaze drawn to the strange, lichen-like growths clinging to the shaded sides of the rocks. Every step is a monumental achievement, every observation a new piece of the puzzle. We are the first humans to walk on this alien world, and the weight of history rests heavy on our shoulders. But the initial excitement is tempered by a growing sense of unease. The silence is unnerving, broken only by the hiss of our own respirators. We are alone in a strange and unforgiving land. The initial survey is disappointing. The sensors confirm what our eyes have already told us. Kepler 62F is a barren world. The soil is rich in heavy metals, toxic to most known forms of life. The atmosphere is thin and unstable, buffeted by sudden windstorms that whip across the plains. Dr. Patel, his initial enthusiasm dampened, shakes his head as he examines the data from his instruments. "Captain," he says, his voice crackling over the comm link, "I'm not detecting any signs of life, not even microbial. This planet is dead." But the glowing structures still beckon, a silent testament to something beyond our understanding. We pack up our equipment and begin the trek towards the nearest structure, a monolith of smooth, black material that shimmers under the dim sun. As we approach, the energy signature intensifies, setting our instruments buzzing. The air itself seems to crackle with unseen energy, sending shivers down our spines. The closer we get, the more we realize that Kepler 62F is not as dead as it seems. Something is out there, something ancient and powerful, and it's watching us. The structure towers over us, a monolith of unknown material that seems to absorb the dim sunlight. It's completely smooth, without a single seam or imperfection, as if it was grown rather than built. Dr. Chen runs her instruments over the surface, her brow furrowed in concentration. "I'm getting strange readings," she says, her voice tight with excitement. "The material is like nothing I've ever encountered before. It's inert to all our tests, yet it's emitting this incredible energy signature." Lieutenant Thompson, ever vigilant, keeps his weapon trained on the structure, his finger resting lightly on the trigger. "Captain," he says, his voice tense, "I'm picking up something on my motion tracker. It's faint, but it's definitely there. Something is moving inside that structure. The hairs on the back of my neck stand on end. We are not alone. Whatever built this structure, whatever generated this energy signature, is still here. It's watching us, studying us, perhaps even judging us. Our mission of exploration has taken a decidedly more ominous turn." I make the decision to approach the structure with caution. Our sensors haven't detected any overt hostility, but the unknown is always a threat. Our security team, Lieutenant Thompson and Lieutenant Lee, lead the way, their weapons at the ready. Dr. Patel and Dr. Chen follow close behind. their scientific curiosity battling with a healthy dose of apprehension. As we draw closer, the hum intensifies, resonating deep within our chests. The air shimmers with an almost visible energy, making the hairs on our arms stand on end. The closer we get, the more intricate the structure appears. Geometric patterns, too complex for the human eye to discern, shift and change across its surface. Dr. Chen kneels, her gloved hand hovering just above the structure's surface. "The energy readings are off the charts," she whispers, her voice barely audible above the hum. "It's like nothing I've ever encountered before." Her eyes widen behind her visor. "Captain, I think this structure is alive." Lieutenant Thompson, his gaze fixed on the structure, doesn't take his eyes off it. "Alive or not, Captain," he says, his voice tight, "we need to be careful. We don't know what we're dealing with." His words echo my own thoughts. We are walking a tightrope between scientific discovery and reckless endangerment. One wrong step could have disastrous consequences. We establish a perimeter around the structure, our weapons trained on its entrance. I give the order, and Engineer Lee powers up the Aurora's Hope's main deflector dish, extending a protective bubble around the landing party. It's a gamble, but we need to know what we're up against. The moment the deflector dish reaches full power, the structure reacts. The hum deepens, morphing into a low, guttural growl that seems to shake the very ground beneath our feet. The air crackles with energy, and the geometric patterns on the structure's surface begin to spin, faster and faster, until they blur into a dizzying kaleidoscope. "Captain," Engineer Thompson's voice is urgent. "The structure's energy output is increasing exponentially. It's like it's trying to break through the deflector shield." Sweat beads on my brow as I watch the readings on my console. The energy levels are climbing steadily, pushing the deflector dish to its limits. I can feel the tension in the air, thick and heavy. Our technological marvel, our shield against the unknown, is being tested in ways we never could have imagined. Just when I think the deflector dish is about to buckle under the strain, the energy surge stops. As abruptly as it began, the hum ceases. The geometric patterns fade, and the air stills. An eerie silence descends upon the landscape, broken only by the rasp of our own breathing, and then a voice. Not through our comm systems, not through any technology we can comprehend, but directly into our minds. A voice, ancient and powerful, yet strangely soothing, echoing with an ageless wisdom. "Greetings," the voice says, its words resonating deep within our souls. "We are the architects. This world is ours, and we have been expecting you." The implications of those words hit us like a physical blow. We are not alone. We have stumbled upon a civilization far older and more advanced than our own. A civilization that has been watching us, waiting for us. But why? What do they want from us? We are about to find out. The silence stretches, thick and heavy, in the aftermath of the architect's greeting. We stand there, a small group of humans on an alien world, our minds reeling from the implications of what we've just experienced. We are not alone. We are not the first. What do they want?" Dr. Chen whispers, her voice barely audible above the hum of our life support systems. It's the question that hangs in the air, unspoken but heavy with significance. We have stumbled upon something ancient and powerful, and now we must face the consequences. The voice in our minds speaks again, its tone no longer soothing, but tinged with a note of assessment. "You seek knowledge," it says, its words echoing in the chamber of our thoughts, but knowledge is not given freely. It must be earned. I take a step forward, my hand instinctively moving to my chest, a gesture of respect that transcends language and culture. "We mean no disrespect," I say. my voice firm despite the tremor that runs through me. We come in peace, seeking to understand. The architects, if that is indeed what we can call them, remain silent for a moment, their presence a weight upon our consciousness. Then the structure around us begins to change. The geometric patterns on its surface shift and reform, resolving into a series of complex symbols that seem to writhe and pulse before our eyes. They're showing us something, Dr. Patel says, his voice tight with a mixture of fear and fascination. He pulls out his data pad, his fingers flying across the screen as he tries to record the rapidly changing symbols. Dr. Kim, our linguist, steps forward, her gaze fixed on the display. "It's a language," she breathes, her voice filled with awe, but unlike anything I've ever encountered. The structure, it's not just showing us symbols, it's showing us how to think, how to perceive the universe in a completely different way. The symbols continue to shift and change, and slowly, painstakingly, we begin to decipher their meaning. It's not a direct translation, not in the traditional sense. It's more like the architects are downloading concepts, ideas, into our minds. It's exhilarating and terrifying, all at once. Hours pass, or perhaps it's only minutes. Time itself seems to lose all meaning within the strange, energy-filled space within the structure. Finally, the symbols fade, and the architects speak again, their voice resonating with an echo of cosmic vastness. This planet, they say, is a repository of knowledge, a library of the cosmos. But it is also a test of worthiness. The weight of their words settles upon us, heavy and inescapable. We have been judged and found wanting. Not hostile, not yet, but not worthy. Not yet. To prove yourselves, the architects continue, their voice as inexorable as fate. You must solve the riddle of the guardians. Find the key, unlock the gate, and the knowledge you seek will be yours. The structure falls silent. The only sound, the gentle hum of its energy field. We are left alone with a riddle, a challenge, and the weight of an entire civilization's expectations resting on our shoulders. The fate of humanity, it seems, hinges on our ability to solve the mystery of the guardians and prove ourselves worthy of the architect's legacy. The weight of the architect's challenge pressed down on us. Find the key, unlock the gate. But where was this gate? What form did this key take? Dr. Patel, ever the pragmatist, pointed to the map, flickering on Dr. Chen's datapad. Perhaps the answer lies here, he suggested, in this energy map. The map, a swirling mass of light and symbols, was unlike any conventional cartographic representation. It pulsed with an energy that seemed to resonate deep within our bones. The energy signatures, Dr. Kim mused, her brow furrowed in thought. They seemed to align with specific points on the map, like coordinates. And if those coordinates correspond to physical locations on this planet, Engineer Thompson began, his voice tinged with both excitement and trepidation. Then we might be able to use our generator to manipulate the energy signatures, I finished, the pieces of the puzzle clicking into place, to create a resonance. It was a long shot, a gamble based on intuition and a handful of cryptic clues. But in the face of the unknown, even the slimmest chance was a lifeline. We set to work, our movements fueled by a mixture of hope and desperation. Engineer Thompson, with Dr. Patel guiding his hand, calibrated the generator, fine-tuning its output to match the energy signatures on the map. The air crackled with anticipation as the hum of the generator intensified, harmonizing with the pulsing energy of the structure. "Coordinates locked," Engineer Thompson announced, his voice tight with concentration. "Ready to initiate resonance sequence." I took a deep breath, the weight of the moment settling heavy on my shoulders. "Do it," I ordered, my voice echoing in the confined space. The moment Engineer Thompson activated the sequence, the entire structure came alive. The air thrummed with an almost tangible energy, the walls pulsing with light. The geometric patterns on the surface swirled and danced, a symphony of light and energy orchestrated by forces we could barely comprehend. And then, with a resounding boom that seemed to shake the very foundations of the planet, a section of the wall shimmered and dissolved, revealing a passageway that glowed with an ethereal blue light. The gate had been unlocked. The key, it seemed, was not a physical object, but a symphony of energy, a harmony of technology and intent. And we unwittingly had played the right tune. The blue light emanating from the newly opened passageway pulsed with an energy that sent shivers down our spines. The air itself seemed to vibrate with anticipation, urging us forward, deeper into the heart of the structure, deeper into the mystery of Kepler 62F. We had unlocked the gate, but the true test, the architect's challenge, still lay ahead. As we stepped across the threshold, the passageway closed behind us, sealing us within the structure. The blue light intensified, bathing us in its ethereal glow, and the air grew heavy with the scent of ozone and something else, something ancient and indefinable. It was as if we had stepped not just into another room, but into another time, another dimension. The passage opened into a vast chamber, its scale dwarfing even the grand structure we had just left. Towering walls, adorned with intricate carvings that seemed to writhe and shift in the blue light, stretched up into an impossibly high ceiling, lost in shadow. And at the far end of the chamber, a sight that stole our breath away. A colossal sphere crafted from a material that seemed to shimmer and flow like liquid starlight, hung suspended in the center of the chamber. It pulsed with an energy that was both beautiful and terrifying, like a miniature sun, holding the secrets of the cosmos within its core. We approached the sphere, our footsteps echoing in the vast chamber, our hearts pounding in our chests. As we drew closer, the sphere began to rotate slowly, revealing a network of intricate patterns etched into its surface. They pulsed with light, a language we couldn't understand but felt deep within our souls. The architect's voice, no longer confined to our minds but echoing through the chamber, filled the air. "You have proven yourselves worthy," they said, their words resonating with an ancient power. "And now, the knowledge you seek is within your grasp." The sphere pulsed once, a blinding flash of light that filled the chamber, and then it was gone. We stood there, blinking in the sudden darkness, our minds reeling from the experience. The architects were gone, the sphere vanished, the chamber silent save for the gentle hum of the structure around us. But we were not unchanged. The knowledge we had sought, the wisdom of the architects, had been imprinted upon our very beings. We didn't understand it yet, not fully, but we could feel its power, its potential simmering beneath the surface. We had come to Kepler 62F, seeking a new home for humanity, a refuge from a dying Earth. We had found something far greater. We had found a legacy, a challenge, and a future forged in the stars.